Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashum Yahweh Shai, Bahashum, Rakah Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all that like the Akim wa Akwa, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Alright, this is going to be your brother Malak from GMS Detroit, once again with another video. Hey, Lord willing, hey, y'all pray for this video and for this channel. You know, I'm going to be very conscious of the word choice that I use. Alright, because I'm one strike away from being a goner with this channel. And you know, this is going to be another somewhat of a history lesson. So I'm going to put it up here on this main channel. Alright, I just got till April 12th. So they take away a strike and we'll be back, you know, halfway decent. But I wanted to deal with the origins of women's suffrage, which women's suffrage predates feminism. Alright, feminism gets its roots and basis in women's suffrage. So what we're going to deal with and learn is that double E, Esau Edom, specifically that lily sweet white woman, because they're fucking demons too, and we gonna burn and chop them up, and there I go. They going into captivity right along with the rest of them. All right, don't get it twisted. All right, we don't love no goddamn heathen. We just in captivity, goddamn it. So we're gonna look and see, you know, so-called women's rights had nothing to do with women. These people were mad that Israelite men, former slaves, got the right to vote before they did. Alright, that's what all this goes back to. This don't got nothing to do with them caring about women. This stuff was purposely put together to break up the Israelite household and to give more power over us post-slavery. Alright, let's go. Now I'm going to let her speak for a minute, and then I'm also going to pull up some articles.
We love to see women coming together, no matter what color, creed. Oh, sorry, what? White supremacy? Damn it, I should have known! I should have known! The 15th Amendment, part of Reconstruction-era legislation, gave newly emancipated black men the legal right to vote. Emphasis on legal because, in practice, not so much. This set off years of serious discord and laid bare the, how do I put this, lack of inclusivity within the mainstream white-led women's suffrage movement. I will cut off this right arm of mine before I ever work or demand the ballot for the Negro and not the woman.
Wow, right here. And this is Susan B. Anthony. She was one of the, you have Susan B. Anthony and you have Elizabeth Cady Stanton, which we're going to go look at Elizabeth on Google. But look what she says. She said, I will cut off this right arm of mine before I ever work or demand the ballot for the Negro and not the woman. Ooh! This woman said she would rather cut off her arm than for the Israelites to have the right to vote in this country. And our women have fallen for the deception. All right, and this isn't, you know, necessarily a woman bashing video, so sisters don't be all, you know, well, hey, the sisters that know better, you know, they don't be getting offended, but you harlots that be sometimes coming across the comment board and you want to run your mouth, you're going to get offended, so it is what it is. But this lets you know, this is the origins of so-called feminism, which our women have been deceived by utterly. All right. These people didn't develop these rights for our benefit. Matter of fact, all right, everything that they say and do, it is a bonus for them, but it is to our black and brown and middle brown and light brown asses. All right, I believe it is, where is it at? Every council for themselves. Where is it at? Yep, okay. Sirach 37 and 7. This is something that our people have, the people that Esau taught us to look up to in our schools are not for our benefit, y'all. Sirach 37 and 7. Every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself. Alright? So that woman, she's trying to exalt herself and her people, not all women. And that's where women have gone wrong. Y'all trusted in the serpent, just like Eve did in the garden.
Damn, Susan has some feelings.
White women's suffrage, they are trying to ensure their seat at the table with white men. they're thinking that seat is going to be taken by black men if they don't push them out of the chair. They began consolidating around shared whiteness with their male compatriots and consolidating with Southerners.
All right, so we'll go to the articles real quick. So basically, you know, she's breaking it down. The E woman wanted to make sure her man wasn't about to forget about her, you know. That's what all this goes back to. Feminism don't got nothing to do with equality. The E woman wants to make sure she has power just like her man. Over who? Power over our middle brown asses. All right. This didn't have nothing to do with us, Jake. This didn't have nothing to do with us. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to the 15th Amendment right here. Just to show you the proof. It says 15th Amendment passed by Congress February 26th. This is 4 years after the end of the Civil War during the Reconstruction era. So, Civil War ended in 65. From 1861 to 1865, and for the next couple years, decades, if you will, they begin the Reconstruction era. Trying to make it look like they at least weren't racist from the outside. All right. It says what it was ratified. February 3rd, 1870, says the 15th Amendment granted African American men the right to vote. And like that woman said in the beginning of the clip, although we were granted the right, it doesn't mean they always let us, because oftentimes black men would go to vote and get their brains beat out of them, or they'd get forced and coerced to vote for whom their white compatriots wanted them to, so they could get in there who they wanted. And you see the same thing now, except they just do commercials. All right, what did Biden say? You're not black if you don't vote for me. All right, and the average simple-minded nigga, he can't tolerate someone telling him he's not black, so he went and voted for Mr. B-Man. And now look at us. All right, so let's come back. When did women's? Okay, we'll deal right here. I think I typed in when did women's suffrage start? All right, it says July 1848. So keep in mind, y'all, 1848. Your middle brown self, you were still legally a slave, because remember, the emancipation didn't happen until 63. So she wasn't thinking nothing about us. We were still quite literally in the chain gang. All right, this was what about 12 years before the Civil War kicked off. It says in July 1848, Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott organized the first women's right convention in Seneca Falls, New York. The Seneca Falls Convention produced a list of demands called the Declaration of Sentiments, which was basically where women's suffrage, and as you see, the 19th Amendment comes in. Matter of fact, let's bring up the 19th just real quick. 19th Amendment says, well, 19th Amendment of the United States Constitution prohibits the United States and its states from denying the right to vote to citizens of the United States on the basis of sex, in effect recognizing the right of women to vote. So just pulling this up so you understand what's going on. So these women were the forerunners to get the 19th Amendment up and running. But let's take a look at one of these women, Elizabeth Stanton. Got this article here. All right, this is Elizabeth Stanton, third in a 3-part series. All right, now this is one of the main women, right? And what did she think about us? All right, so I want to make sure I know the main part. Just make sure I didn't lose track of it. Yeah, I know it's down there. All right, we're just gonna get to reading. It says much of America as we know it evolved in the 19th century, as well as we'll explore in a series of 3 conversations. Okay, we don't need that. All right, here we go. It says in 1979, the 19th century activist Susan B. Anthony became the first woman to appear on a circulating United States coin. So this is damn near 100 years after Elizabeth. So Susan B., like we saw in that quote in that video, it says Anthony is remembered for her work in fighting for women's right to vote, but it was her friend Cady Stanton who actually launched the women's right movement. She, however, never got a coin. All right, so they were in cahoots. All right, let's see. I'll highlight right here. this portion. It says, Ginsburg, the author of Elizabeth Cady Stanton and American Life, says that although Stanton is well known for her involvement in the women's rights movement, she often got in the way of that cause by prioritizing the concerns of middle-class white women over others. So they're trying to clean it up. So right there, this just admits that what? She only cared about her people. All right. So this would tarnish her image in today's time, making it seem like she's an overlaying racist, which she was. All right. Right here, just scrolling down some more, it says Stanton, that lady, didn't just stand on the moral high ground, she also descended to some rather ugly racist rhetoric along the lines of, we educated virtuous white women. Man, hey, look, y'all, I cannot wait to dethrone Edom's woman and put our women back on top. All right, and I'm not even on those simp sucker shit. E has taught everybody that his way of life and the way that he looks is better than us, even down to, you know, his women. And truly, our Israelite woman is the one that's above all. You know, we're just in this fucked up state. So it's not of, you know, the majority of our women are out here through minds, through body, through, you know, spirit, through. But in the kingdom, both our men and women will get that glory back. So this, let me get this real quick, man. This stain that we have as a nation is going to be taken away. Let me get here, let me type this in. Here we go. Okay. Isaiah 4:4, it says, when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning. All right, and you know, the whole nation is going to be cleansed, but even especially our women, because these heathen, y'all, you know, they run around here truly thinking that they're fucking better than us. These especially E, he is running around truly thinking and has taught everyone that he is better than us in every way, and it's a sheer sham. All right, and once judgment, it's funny right here, it says the spirit of judgment, the spirit of burning, when Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai lays waste to this wicked world, then we'll be good as a people. So these demons won't be able to have nothing to say against us. All right, so coming back, it says Stanton didn't just stand on the moral high ground, she also descended to some rather ugly racist rhetoric along the lines of, we educated virtuous white women, yeah, a bunch of fucking harlots. All right, it says, are more worthy of the vote. It says she talked about how much worse black men would be as voters than white women about whom she was concerned, and she was really quite dismissive of black women's claims. There were some comments about, what will we and our daughters suffer if these degraded black men are allowed to have the rights that would make them even more worse than our Saxon fathers? Wow. So she said these black men is going to do us more wrong than the white man, you know. Hey, he what is that? If Satan be divided against Satan, how shall then his kingdom stand? That's what he's experiencing. All right, the Heavenly Father is now putting on him the curses that he gave us, and primarily being your woman being against you. All right, that's why you can get on the internet and see some foul things. All right, Esau, a woman is turning against him. It says, what? She has one, I think, inexplicable comment about black women finding an even worse slavery under black men than they did under their former white slave owners. Holy shit, you know, wow. So he said, oh, we gonna do, us Israelite men, we gonna do our women worse than, no, man. In the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be making baby. Hey, like one of the brothers say in the camp, eating good, drinking good, and effing good. All right, that's what we gonna be doing, making beautiful families and build and enjoying the benefits of the kingdom. All right, while being righteous and without sin again. All right. What are issues here? Okay, let me get this other article right quick. Let's come back. There was a particular website I was looking for. I had read it. You know, I'll just go to the screenshot. I hate when I screenshot shit, but I forget to track down where I got it from. But this is once again dealing with Susan and Elizabeth, right? It's the highlighted portion. It says the National Women's Suffrage Association was formed by Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony in May of 1869. They opposed the 15th Amendment because it excluded women. All right, and so we understand, you know, I'm just pulling this out to show you, they were completely against it. And we just saw some of their own statements. You know, they said we gonna do our own women worse than what he did. Now, with the current mindset that these niggas have out here, yes, these niggas would be some animals if all of a sudden you gave black people power over the world. But black people aren't gonna rule over the world. The Israelites are, with their proper minds and bodies under the power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Alright, so let's come back here. And these heathen, matter of fact, these heathen, let's get this. Everyone's going to be made to submit to the power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, regardless if they like it or not. Luke 19 and 27. It says, but those mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. So we're going to subjugate all the heathen. All right, the white women included, just like we had them in subjugation in the time of the Moors. They were slaves and bed wenches. The same way y'all did us, we're going to do you, except without all the foul. We're just not going to do lewd sexual acts. Okay, that's the only different. We're not going to be doing, we're not going to be buck breaking nobody. None of the stuff that they got into. All right, but we're going to make them submit. All right, so here it is. Our women are running around on the foundation of a lie without knowing it. My P, my power. WAP, don't need a man. Box to the left. That whole spirit goes back to dealing with these demonic women who don't give a damn about you. All right, feminism and women's suffrage is the result of a group of angry white women mad because the black man got the right to vote before them. They don't give a damn about you, sisters. And if only y'all knew, maybe y'all do better, but you don't. So you act a damn fool. So Lord gonna have to destroy a fucking multitude of our wicked women out here. Isaiah 9 and 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. All right, and our wicked people over Jake, they aren't leading them right. Because who did they learn from? They learned from the devil. The devil's not going to teach you anything good. So our people went and took what the devil taught them, and now they running and teaching everybody. And now we just all out here through. Motherfuckers don't know who. Man, let me just let it play.
In order to ensure those numbers,
The pitch was basically, give all women the vote, and the white majority will rise significantly. The Negro and foreign-born women will be disenfranchised in most southern states anyway.
Black women still are pushing voting and citizenship rights and women's rights. You find the formation of Black feminism.
And she's going into some truth here, but she needs to have her head covered. So even herself, she's relaying truth, but she herself is halfway hypocritical, and not halfway, full way. All this is going to be cleared up at the return of Yahweh Shai. Everything's going to go back into order. That's when we're going to get this locked down. This issue will be put on lock at the return of our Lord.
That fight never stops.
Powerful black women suffragists like Ida B. Wells, Mary Church Terrell, and Fannie Barrier.
And I believe in this picture right here below us, I believe this is Ida B. Wells right here. And they got her right up there at the top left.
Williams, her son.
And these women, these aren't Barack and Deborah. These ain't no Deborahs. They didn't encourage the Israelite man to, get it together and we can do this. No. These women went and took the tenets and the teachings of the so-called white man, applied it to themselves, and now our households are broken. Now look at us.
The motto of the National Association of Colored Women, lifting as we climb. They worked as best they could within the broader women's suffrage movement, but also formed their own, more intersectional orgs to address Black women's concerns and Black community issues in general.
I think it's very important that we talk about the Black women suffragists at the time.
Yeah, you know, so that's about all we need. So I just wanted to pull this information out to show you that, you know, the origins didn't have nothing to, once again, feminism and women's suffrage didn't have nothing to do with our dark brown, middle brown, and light brown asses. Them Edomite women wanted to make sure they had the same amount of power over our black asses that their man does. Alright, and our women fell for it. Alright. We're going to go to 1 Timothy. We'll end on this one. 2 and 12. Just wanted to bring up this history. Alright. 1 Timothy 2 and 12. Oh, not 12. Salakia. I'll start 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and sobriety. Salakia. In faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. Alright, so the man Adam was not initially deceived. He fell to his woman. All right, Eve was deceived by the serpent, which was a wicked man. The spirit in that man was the spirit that would go on to be in Cain, and the spirit that would go on to be in Esau, which perfectly explains why our women have a natural inclination to cling to the teachings of the white man rather than to obey her Israelite, her Negro, Latino, or Native American husband and the men of her family. If a black man say it, don't nobody listen or give a damn. But when a white man say it, and when he say 10 out of 10 doctors say it, everybody gets up and gives a damn. This goes back to the garden. Alright. So, you know, and like it says in that last verse, the only ones that's going to make it out of this, the only women that's going to make it out of this are the ones that humble down and come back to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai by way of a man of the Lord. That is the only way. So, you know, feminism, women's, all that shit's gonna be thrown out of the window in the kingdom of heaven. We going back to order. All right. So let me do this. I just wanted to pull up a picture of these mother effers so y'all can get a good look at these old mother effers. In the kingdom, we gonna we gonna stomp him out. All right, that's how I'm gonna kindly say it. These was the faces when you was out working 18, 19 hours in the field. You would look up and see they old selves looking at you, sipping on Kool-Aid in the shade while you sweating and hot, and you'll look up and see them. There's nothing royal about these people. There's nothing honest about these people. These people they have the control of the world. They're at the top, and this is still not enough. They just want to break us down. So we're going to do the same to them in return. We're going to break them down. All right. We give all praises to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rakakurash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all the Akim, Wa Akwath, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Shalom.